By the way, this will be the worst video you have ever seen. Do not take me seriously at all costs. Anyway, let's get straight into this video, shall we? So, Fallout 4. It is highly regarded as the worst 3D Fallout game with its lackluster story, poor writing, and it being labelled as an RPG but not really being one. But I think people give it too hard a time. In this quick video, I'm just going to be talking about what I think about the game. Now, the most praised part of Fallout 4, the gameplay. The gunplay is some of the best in the whole series. With bullet spread, that makes sense, unlike a certain third game, but even if you took the gunplay out and put it into other games, it would still fit rather well. That what I just said makes no sense. So crafting, am I right? Crafting in 3D Fallouts has been, well, how do I put this? Fucking pointless. Until Fallout 3, I mean, who actually crafts in New Vegas or 3? It just does not do much. But in Fallout 4 you have to do it, whether it's to properly mod your gun for killing super mutants, or making acid for the best gun in the game, the Acid Soaker, or modding power armor to become a literal god among men. It really does matter, and the way perks fit in with it makes sense. Why would your 10 strength 1 intelligence self-insert know how to mod a laser rifle? It just works. And the movement system, thank God they added sprinting. Oh my god, that is my one complaint with New Vegas. You're so fucking slow. Jesus Christ. Just run. Anyway, the only complaint with moving in Fallout 4 is jumping. Yeah, it looks a bit weird in third person, but that's about all the complaints I have. Now it's time for chapter 2, so let's go see the rest of the crew. Should I even talk about the story? I mean, at best, it's mediocre, you know. It works to bring everything together, but it's incredibly forced and with barely any choice. Most characters are unlikable and boring, so I'm not going to dwell on the story, since my belief about story is based on this quote. Story in a game is like story in a porno. You expect it to be there, but it's not important. I think a Doom developer said that. I think dialogue in Fallout 4 is fantastic, with such lines as slavery is bad. It's a shame Fallout 4 hasn't won a literature award. No, being serious, most of the dialogue sucks, there's no point to it. In the opening, the first time you get to talk, there is no choice. To tell the Vault-Tec rep, no. You have to agree to what he says. In every situation, the choices sum up to sarcastic yes, yes, no, later. Bethesda made Fallout 3. Now, as much as I hate that game, I will admit, the dialogue is Shakespeare compared to Fallout 4. How did they mess up so horrifically? Come on, God Howard, what are you doing? I'm gonna be honest, completely honest here. I love settlement building. I find it so much fun building massive factories with contraptions, DLC with the contraptions DLC, power armor stations, massive settlements, farms, just cool looking structures. I know settlement building is heavily hit or miss. If you don't love it, you probably despise it. But I love it, and that's all that matters in this video. My only complaint is that sometimes finding junk can be a pain. But you know, you just put up with it and carry on because it's fun to build. So, overall, I think Fallout 4 is a good game, but a bad Fallout game. I still think people are too harsh on it, because what's really important in a game? It's not story, it's not looks, it's not gameplay, it's not anything. It's how fun a game is, that's all that matters. If you sit there and play it, is it fun? No, it's a bad game. Is it fun? Yes, it's a good game. And Fallout 4 is fun. So that's why it's a good game but bad Fallout game. When it comes to recommending this game, I'd say yes, whether you're a casual gamer or a die-hard Fallout fan, but still, it's just play it. And one last point I will say is power armor is the best it's ever been in Fallout 4. I prefer it here to New Vegas and 3, because power armor training, I don't think that's a good. I just don't see how that would work, because that implies that power armor is just a basic armor. It's not. I don't think you should be able to just put it on. Power armor frames is just, it's the way it was meant to be. I think that's just the best way for power armor to work. Sure, we shouldn't have gotten it as early, and I hate the way to get it is by leveling up. I prefer if there was just set locations that had power armor there. Like, oh, that custom house tower always had XO1, but like a military checkpoint only had T45. And one thing I don't get, why are there only partial suits? If you're a raider and you went to, oh look, some power armor, I'll only take the chest and arm. What? No, you take the whole thing. And it's just like, why? Anyway, enough of my silly ranting. You have better stuff to do with your life. So, goodbye. If this gets more than my usual amount of views, so if it gets 2 views, I might make a follow-up on DLCs or New Vegas. And if I'm extra masochistic, I might do one on 3. Goodbye. Have a lovely evening. Bye. SFS everything.